Having been buried under rubble whilst in bed at home, Sarja Hammad is now in a hospital bed with a broken hip and shoulder and various cuts and bruises. On last night's News at 10, we showed her being rescued minutes after an Israeli airstrike brought her world crashing down on top of her. We asked the IDF why they destroyed the house, and they said they were targeting a Hamas terrorist. Sarja, who we learned today is 22, described her near-death experience.
I suddenly woke up suffocated with no oxygen. I thought the weather was stuffy. I tried to go to the other room, but I couldn't get up. I realized the house fell on me. I started shouting, "Wake me up from this dream." I thought I was dreaming.
ITV News' cameraman in Gaza filmed this interview and yesterday's rescue, during which he tried to reassure Sarja. He advised her to concentrate on getting out of there and helping the rescuers to get her out. Minutes before this, Sarja thought that she was dead and buried.
I ran out of oxygen and said my final prayers. I thought I wouldn't make it out alive. There was a guy who saved me. He took the rubble off my face and washed my face and gave me water to drink. I was asking you about my family. I was afraid to make it out and find them all killed, and I'll be the sole survivor of the family. I was very afraid for them. I asked you about them all, and you assured me, and I felt relieved. My only fear was losing my family and not from dying. Thank God I was relieved when I found them all alive, and you assured me they're well.
There have been yet more airstrikes today, with the IDF focused on Gaza City, which they say they are preparing to conquer. The Strip's biggest city is Hamas's most strategic asset, but the UN and many European leaders fear the human cost of taking it will be unacceptable. The assault may also pose a threat to the 20 remaining living hostages who are probably being held under Gaza City. John Irvine, ITV News, Tel Aviv.
Well, tonight, the Foreign Office has summoned Israel's ambassador to the UK over Israeli government's plans to split the occupied West Bank in two. The plans have been condemned by the UK and many others as a flagrant breach of international law. Caroline Lewis is outside the Foreign Office for us this evening. Caroline, first of all, explain exactly what this plan is and why it's been widely criticised.
Yeah, well, this has come after a growing number of countries, including the UK, have said that they would recognise a future Palestinian state. Now, what Israel wants to do is build 3,000 homes that would split the occupied West Bank from occupied East Jerusalem. And what the Israeli government has made very clear is that this is designed to stop any future Palestinian state being created. In fact, announcing the plans yesterday, the finance minister of Israel said the Palestinian state is being erased from the table, not with slogans, but with actions. But creating a settlement like this on occupied territory is against international law and heavily condemned by the UN. Now, the UK has joined 20 other countries and the EU to add their voices to this condemnation after this announcement, saying to condemn the decision, saying if implemented, this would be a flagrant breach of international law and would undermine a future of a two-state solution.